Hello everyone and welcome to Nick's Home Renovation. I am in the worst house I have ever owned. It's taken 8 months to complete, but I finally completed today on this 1936 detached bungalow. It's only ever been owned by one family all the way since the 30s. They sadly passed away in the last year and I'm the new proud owner. It is an absolute wreck. I'll show you around in a minute, but particularly the garden is probably about 80 or 90 foot, but you can see about 10 feet of it. The front garden has probably got enough space for 4 cars, but you can only currently get 1 on it. And everywhere hasn't been touched in at least 30 years. So it's a really cool project. I'm going to be renovating the whole thing. I've put in planning permission, which I'll put the documents on Instagram. My Instagram is 1936 Bungalow Renovation, and I'm going to put all the documents on Instagram that I've submitted. So we're hoping to do quite a lot to this. We're hoping to extend out the back, extend out the side and convert the garage into a master bedroom ensuite, and hopefully as well do a dormer loft conversion as well for another bedroom with an ensuite up there. So quite a lot, as well as the 4 meters out the back. So we've submitted the plan, so hopefully within the next few months we'll get that back. Right, I'll take you on a tour. I'll start with the outside and we'll go from there. So, this is the driveway that is quite big, but at the moment you can only get 1 car in. And this is the bungalow. As you can see, it's a bit of a wreck. So as you can imagine, everything needs doing. New windows, have to have a look at the roof, but a lot of that's changing anyway. This is the garage we're hoping to get rid of. So first job is to cut this back so we can actually get a skip on there. Coming through the front door up these steps, you've got quite a nice big hall, quite an unusually big hall. A lot of space in this bit, seems a tiny bit wasted, but I think it's nice to have a big hall anyway. Coming through to the left, this has been marked down as a study, as I guess it's quite a small room. Look at the nice colouring on the walls there. Fuse board over in that corner, which is completely inconvenient. I'll be getting rid of that. And just some damp and dirt and other things on the ceiling as well. And nice funky curtains as well. God knows how old those are. I quite like the curved radiator out of everything, but obviously everything will be going. Into a very, very disgusting toilet. I don't want to get you too close to it, to be honest, and bleaching that will be my first job. And then bathroom here, which isn't as bad as the toilet, but some funky wallpaper nonetheless. And a bath that isn't too bad, I've seen worse. So the plans that we've submitted are making this a little bit larger here, and obviously knocking the wall down between here and having a bathroom here. So that makes perfect sense to me, making this room a tiny bit bigger. So that'd be bedroom number 1. And then this will be, obviously with that wall removed down there, will be more of a bathroom. Under here you've got the immersion tank. We'll have to get rid of that because you don't need that, the combi boiler and our gas meter. And I'll put the fuse board under there eventually. Coming through to the right is what could be called a lounge, I guess. Old fireplace here. Some more very funky curtains. Pink walls. You can see how dated. I mean, the light fittings. Light fittings are very dated, but kind of cool. I like them. And the carpet as well, showing the age of the property. But some of the nice features in here, bay window. Obviously we're going to have to replace all the windows, but it's always like a bay window. and it's a fairly good sized room. So the plan is, like I mentioned outside, the garage is on the other side of this wall. So remove this wall here, put in steels if need be, and extend this, so take in the whole garage, and then there'll be an ensuite in that corner over there, and space for wardrobes back here, with the bed naturally probably being here. Obviously none of these things are concrete yet, but that's what we're going for with the planners. Coming through to the right is another lounge. Gone for a funky green in this one. Carpet looks slightly newer than the other rooms, but not much of an improvement. And the fireplace, very old. So this room is being mixed around a whole lot, hopefully, with the plans. So a part of this room will become a corridor. The corridor will lead to a bedroom, which is hopefully going that side of the wall, part of the garage conversion. So there'll be 2 bedrooms back there. There'll be a utility room in this zone, hopefully. And also the stairs going up to the new room upstairs, hopefully. Obviously this is a bungalow, so at the moment nothing upstairs, so that's what we're hoping. And then out the back you can just see a glimpse of what I'm going to save as the grand finale, as it's unbelievable and I don't even know where to begin. But again, nice sized room. Coming through to the back bedroom. Again, another nice sized room. Nothing's too scary, it's all just very, very old. The house itself looks in quite good condition, no signs of subsidence anywhere. And so the 2 rooms we've just been in, this one and the next one, so we're hoping to have a 4-metre extension out here, which is under permitted development, but we've obviously gone through the planning anyway, so we put it at the same time. So 4-metre extension for most of the width of this, which will be a big kitchen, open plan kitchen diner, with and then you can have a little separate sectioned off living room as well. So we're hoping that really adds something to the house. So as mentioned before, 4 metres out here, garage infill, so 2 bedrooms over there hopefully, and then in this middle section will be utility and stairs up to the loft. I'll show you quickly up here, which I haven't prepared for. I'll show you last out here. And the kitchen. More funky wallpaper, very old units, but at least from my point of view, not too much to remove. And I believe as part of the plans this will become part of sort of a little snuggy living room off of the kitchen diner that can be sort of separated from that big open space over there. So hopefully that does happen. Right, coming through to the outside, got this side access here. Got an old coal storage, which is annoyingly heavy and awkward to get rid of. And this old lean-to, which I have to get rid of. So hopefully the 4-metre extension, as you can imagine, will be in this zone here. But before I go out to the garden, I'll just show you the garage as well. So this is the old lean-to that looks like a bit of a health hazard to get rid of. And coming down here is the garage. So again, very, very old, with a very old condemned boiler. So there's going to be no heating. And we've just completed in October with winter coming, which is fantastic. So I have to wrap up lots of layers. So as you can imagine, the other side of that wall is that front lounge. So we're hoping to extend here to the boundary or a little bit off, and then make this space just a bit extra with the ensuite bedroom here, and then a bedroom at the back as well. Now to show you the dreaded garden. And it's a good job I'm wearing jeans, because otherwise my legs might get ripped to shreds. So I'll quickly show you the back of the house from here. Oh, it's actually quite difficult, but that's the back of the whole house. and then coming back through to the garden. So it looks like a sort of 20-foot garden from here, I think you'll agree, but it is not. It goes on and on and on. And on and on. And there's the back fence down there. Oh, I didn't even see that before. There's a little hidden shed or garden room thing back there as well. So I've got to get rid of all of this and clear it. And the house is over here somewhere. So while we wait for the plans, obviously we have to do stuff like strip walls, but this is definitely the first job that needs doing. It's just cutting back all of this and back there somewhere, and have to get rid of some of these bigger trees as well, because the extension's going to be coming into that. So that's it. Got my work cut out. I would imagine this job is at least sort of a year's work. As I said before, please follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm going to be putting most of my day-to-day things. I'll just do a video every now and then, as I don't want to do too many videos on YouTube. I just want to do one every sort of month or so and then put them all together for a big one at the end. But on Instagram, 1936 Bungalow Renovation, you can see it from day to day. And the work begins. Thanks for everyone for watching and subscribing, and speak to you soon. Cheers. And this is the loft space. That's the steps coming up, the ladder coming up. So it feels to me like quite a good height here. This is me reaching up and got all of that room over here, and as lofts go, it's not too bad. There's no possessions up here, or not much. No Christmas trees or anything. And it's just this old water tank which we can get rid of. It's plastic, that should be nice and easy. An old metal one over there though in the corner. So yeah, up here hopefully will be maybe a master bedroom ensuite if planning allows, but we'll see. Hello everyone and welcome to Nick's Home Renovation. This is episode 2 of my 1936 bungalow renovation, and that is the name of my Instagram. When I'll be posting daily on there, 1936 underscore bungalow underscore renovation. I'll be posting every day on there, so it might be better for daily updates. As for YouTube now, I'm going to take you around what I've been up to. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, I recently bought this 1936 bungalow. It's only ever been in one family, so was in a bit of a bad condition. But actually, I've really grown to like the property. I've learned a lot about the previous owner and how he lived. I've spoken to maybe at least 20 neighbours down this lovely road. It's a really quiet road, and everyone spoke really nicely about the owner. And he was in his late 90s when he passed away. And I've just really grown to sort of love this road and love this house, and it's a real pleasure to renovate it. And I'm going to try and keep as many of the nice things about it, even if I have to, you know, it's a very art deco house, so I want to make sure I put that back eventually in the end. Even though I'm extending, I still want to keep what's amazing about this house. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. So I've stripped most of the walls, I've ripped out the bathroom, I've ripped out the kitchen. A thing a lot of people want to see is the garden, which I was referring to as the jungle garden. That's been completely cleared, still a bit of work to do, but I'll show you that as well. We'll start by going out in the front garden, because that was also a real mess probably 15 foot high worth of brambles and thorns and everything there, and weeds. So we've now cleared this. So this is the front. Nice big driveway. And originally that and this section was much bigger than that skip there. So we've completely wiped that down. And then coming around to the front. You can actually now see the house a bit better. So as you can see, one full skip ready to go, and actually something I've never purchased before but I'm really loving using are these hippo bags. So they've supplied me with 2 of these and they're really good actually. They're much cheaper than a skip. You can take all the building waste, as you can see what I've used it for, and actually what I like about it is it's really low down, so you can actually don't have to get bricks and things up there. It's a 2-man job, whereas this is simply just put it in on your own. So real benefit. I really like them, and what's interesting about them is they come in the post, which is something I've never had before, and it's quite cool for contactless dealings these days with everything going on with COVID. So that's the front. For those of you that have seen the floor plan, I'm going to start the study. I call a lot of these rooms bedrooms and things, but actually a lot of them are multi-use, but I think this one in the front is definitely a study. So this is probably this is the smallest room in the whole place, and it's kind of being used for junk at the moment and all our tools. So we've stripped all the walls and all the ceiling. The only bit we haven't done is where the old fuse board is, for obvious reasons, keeping electricity going there. And then we've got this beautiful bay window that I'm sure once we've renovated it and renewed it will be a very nice feature. Coming through to the hall, we haven't done too much here for the sheer reason of pure fear, because it's wood chip wallpaper, and for those of you that have any experience with wood chip wallpaper, it is a nightmare and very, very slow. So I've been putting it off and putting it off, but as you can see from above the doors, which wasn't wood chip paper, I've cleared that, and the ceiling, and unfortunately the ceiling was a nightmare, and when I stripped the wallpaper up there, it brought down the whole ceiling as well. So there's the loft hatch, and as you can see, the whole ceiling's exposed. So we have to plasterboard that and then skim that at one stage. So these 2 rooms, the toilet on the left and the bathroom on the right, separated by this wall at the moment. That's why this wall hasn't been stripped, and this wall will be coming down eventually. So we've stripped the left hand side and the ceiling, and obviously we haven't done the toilet because we need the toilet. And then the bathroom, again, we've left this wall because it's coming out. No point wasting our time stripping it and removing things. And we've stripped all the tiles off, all the wallpaper off. The flooring in both rooms is a lino that is glued down to the floor, so we've left that alone. A few people have said it might be asbestos. We've had that looked at. It's not, it's just a lino. And we've removed the bath. It was a solid tin bath. Sorry, iron cast bath. They really did make things well in the old days, and it was really heavy to get rid of. But I think now, if you look back at this space, if I'm hopefully getting both things in shot, you can kind of see the size of the bathroom. And it's whether or not we get rid of this wall as well, because this immersion tank's going, and completely square this off, which I'm kind of in 2 minds about, because it'd be a very nice sized bathroom. You could have a shower and a bath in there, but it's also nice to have storage, and you don't get a lot of storage in some places, so this could be a really good cloakroom in the hall. Coming through to the front bedroom, So this wall here hasn't been stripped because I'm hoping to have this wall removed and it go into the garage. I have to completely knock down the garage as you'll see, it's an absolute wreck. And that would be an ensuite back there and a bigger bedroom. Love this Art Deco light, that's why I can't throw it away. I'm actually trying to save it and either use it here another time because I really like it. I'll see if I can try and work it into the finished house somehow. Another bay window all stripped back. And the fireplace is gone as well. So this will be coming out. The radiators are all gone as well. Really interesting to learn about the previous occupant is actually the radiators were disconnected and the boiler was redundant and was disconnected as well. So we were like, how was he heating the rooms? But it was this room and the room next door were coal fires, and there was a big coal storage in the back, which was the heaviest thing to remove. But now it makes perfect sense why it was filled with coal, because he obviously stayed in this front room and this back room where there were fires. He could heat himself, and then he had an electric heater in the bathroom as well. So that made sense because all the radiators were completely redundant, no water in them. We tried to drain it and there was nothing in there, but as you can see there was a curved radiator under there which we've got rid of. And all the skirting unfortunately had to go as well. It was all rotted and old, and it would have been really hard to make good. It would have been a bit of a job. Coming through into the other room I was talking about, which was the old living room. So again, that's the fire that I was talking about that's been stripped out. Oh, and actually that's what I was talking about in the front, the hippo bags. That's literally what that skip comes in. How cool is that? It just comes in the post. And then this is the back garden, a little glimpse into what we've done. But I'll tell you more about that later. And another cool Art Deco light. So in here, stripped out walls, radiator gone. You can see where the old pipe's left at the bottom. Coving, that wasn't original, that was added in. That was like a weird plasticky material. And the skirting, like I said, had to go, even though I wanted to keep it because it was just rotted and so many marks and scuffs in it. And obviously all the flooring up too. Into what was the kitchen. Actually a bit sad to get rid of the wallpaper in here because I actually liked it, but there's no way I could feasibly keep it. The units were really nice, so I put them on eBay and sold those because I thought it would just be a waste to throw them away when someone could get good use of them, and they're actually quite nice as well. So some happy person came and helped me take those away, and I've removed all the tiles and the wallpaper from that wall as well, and just left the sink, which I've left running for obvious reasons over here. So this room, it's down as a bedroom, but I see it more as maybe a playroom or a room of that size really. It's a nice size for that sort of thing. I don't think you'd have a bedroom in the middle of the house like this as well. So it makes sense to me for it to be a playroom, which will be off of what will be the lounge and the open dining extension at the back. The ceiling, maybe some of you guys can advise on this. You can see from the bubble marks, I've been trying to strip it and it just would not come off. So that's the best I could do, and that took a long time. So my instinct is I'm going to have to remove all the plaster like I did in the hall, but maybe some of you guys can advise on that. Coming through to what was the back bedroom and what will be a little snug room. It's the same as other rooms, everything's stripped back. And we've left this room, this wall, sorry, because obviously it's going. And what we aim to do is go 4 meters out to the back, across, and there's another little glimpse at the garden that I'll take you out in a minute. We've had it completely cleared. So the room I'm standing in now will be a sort of a little living room snug, and then the 4 meter extension back here will be the dining room going over to the kitchen in the far right corner. Now I'll take you out to the garden and you'll see a big change. So, the garden is now exposed and a lot bigger than I anticipated. So whilst I'm really pleased, it was quite sad to get rid of some things. Like, there were some nice trees here, but it just literally couldn't be avoided. The extension comes out 4 meters here, and we need the foundations, which is a little bit further obviously. So it's really sad to actually get rid of some of those, but 95% of this garden, as you can see by what's been left on the floor, was just weeds and brambles and thorns and not very nice stuff. As you can see, no tree stumps, and what we've done is save clippings of the really nice plants. And we've just got a little fire going, it's burning some of the wood that's come out of it. But an absolutely huge garden. We've got this beautiful apple tree that we're saving, so come spring next year that will start to blossom again. And we've also saved lots of other plants that we're going to replant next year. So this back fence has been put in by the neighbour at the back, and we're going to also plant lots of trees back here, so we have our privacy back. Down here there were 2 half brick, half wooden sheds, so we've removed those. They were solid, and there are these concrete posts, 19 of them in total, everywhere in this garden. So I know it looks a bit bare, and it was a bit hard getting rid of some of the trees, but most of it was just awful weeds and brambles, and actually all the neighbours said they're really pleased with how we've done it and stripped it back, and that we're going to save a lot of the plants for spring 2021 and replant, and hopefully they grow to make this a lovely gardener's garden again. So our last thing I'll take you through is to the garage. And that's the back of the house. So hopefully you can visualize the extension going this whole length, 4 meters out here. Hi guys, and welcome to Nick's Home Renovation. I am in my 1936 bungalow, and I'm very happy to announce that I've just had planning permission approved by the council, and I can finally start work. Before I get into that, a lot of people have been asking. I'm now on Instagram. You can find me under Nick's Home Renovation, or the actual name of the account's called the 1936 Bungalow Renovation. I'll be posting daily on there. But back to this. This video is just basically going to be a walk around of everything that's been approved by the council and what we'll be doing. We'll be making huge changes. So essentially, this bungalow is around 875 square foot, and we are going 4 meters out the back by around 7.7 meters, single story. We're turning this dilapidated garage, which I'll show you later, into a bigger room and an extra bedroom. And we're also going up into the loft, and I'll show you how we get up there, where we fit the stairs and how we add that. So we're adding a lot of square footage to this property. You've probably seen from other videos, the garden's a really lovely size, but the bungalow could use a bit more square footage. So I'm really excited to get going. Now I've just got to get in touch with my structural engineer and get the ball rolling on that, and then get the builder's start date, which hopefully will be within a few months. So I'll start at the front of the property. So this is the front door, obviously. So this is the only room, basically, in the whole place, pretty much, that's not changing. So this is just where we've been storing a few things. This is going to be either an office or playroom, maybe for children, or a study. One big thing I've got to do is move the location of this fuse board, and I'm going to put that in the hallway cupboard. So we have a separate toilet, and then a very small bathroom here. The bath was originally over there. So I'll put the plans up as I go on this video, but the obvious thing is what we're doing is removing this central wall. So I need to find out from the structural engineer whether this can come out without me putting the steels in, so maybe I can do that before the builders start. But whatever we do, or whenever we do it, it's going to mean a nice size bathroom, and we'll be able to get a shower in there, a bath in there, a toilet and a sink. This is the hallway cupboard, so we've got the gas meter in there, the fuse board's going to end up being in there, and it's a nice space for, hoovers and coats and things. This room is going to see a big change on the right hand side. So this is the front room with the bay window. And what's going to happen is basically where this pink wallpaper is here, that I deliberately didn't get rid of because I hoped it was coming down, and where that fireplace is, this wall is being removed. And what's going to be back there is space for wardrobes, open up the room more, and it's going to basically go into the garage, which I'll be able to show you from the other side shortly. And that's going to create loads of space at the back there for wardrobes, a bigger bedroom, and then there's going to be an ensuite in that far left hand corner over there. Quite hard to visualise from this side, but I will show you on the other side in a minute. Coming back through, I'll stick to the right hand side of what is the back living room at the moment with that cleared garden. So this is going to see quite a lot of change. So this little passageway here, as we look at it, will be where the stairs go up to the loft extension. So the stairs will go up here, up into the new loft extension. And then the rest of the room, from sort of here onwards, will be a utility room at the back of the house that will be accessed from the kitchen, which will be back here eventually. So you have to imagine stud wall coming across here, leaving space for a corridor to get down to another bedroom. So back there, the other half of the garage will be another bedroom at the back there. So we have a corridor down here, running to that, and then this bit at the back here will be stairs going up into the loft. And then this bit at the back of the property will be the utility room, all studded off with a door in this left hand corner here. So quite a lot of activity in this room, so it's going to massively change. The old kitchen, this is going to be another bedroom or office. Some people said about making it a utility room, but it didn't really make sense with having that extra space there that's going to be closed off, and bedrooms need windows, so this one made sense as a spare bedroom, and it's a decent size. One thing that eats into the room a little bit, which I've got to remove, is here. That's an old, I think some sort of old, either soil stack or something to do with, there's some pipe work in there that I'm not sure about, but I've spoke to the structural engineer and he said it's not structural, so that little bit can come out. And coming through to the back room, So this bit will be the start of the open living diner. So this whole back wall will come out along with the one in the room next door, and then we're going to do a 4 metre extension out here by 7.7 metres all the way along until about 2 or 3 metres from the edge of the wall to leave gap for the windows and stuff in that back bedroom. So then this will be sort of like a TV space, I guess, over here, and then at the back here, dining, looking out to what will be a lovely garden once we landscape it, and then the kitchen will be in the far right hand corner there. I'll show you the back of the garage so you can see how that's changing. So that's the garden that we've had stripped out. It was a bit of a jungle before, but we've managed to tame it a bit. So this is the very, very old garage. We've got asbestos in the roof, asbestos in this flue here, and some very old electrics and things. So I was glad this got approved because I didn't know what to do with this otherwise and how to improve it. So we're now right at the front of the property, and there is that front living room on the other side of this wall here. So you imagine this whole wall is gone, and we've got an extra probably 2 and a bit metres of space, probably 2.2 metres, to bring the bedroom further out here for wardrobes down here, and the ensuite will be in this corner here. And then that wall will come across here, and then this is that second bedroom that I was talking about that will be coming from the corridor into the back living room where the stairs are going up to the loft extension. And then this will be brought further out to come in line with the edge of the house here. So that will stop here, and then the 4 metre extension will start here, going out and bring nice and straight the whole way across, all the way down to the end. Here's a little view of the back of the house. So lots of changes to be made. I'll make sure I put the drawings up in this video so you can see. This is quite hard to explain, especially the room at the back of the property here. There's so much going on back here with the stairs and the corridor, and this change into utility could be quite confusing. So hopefully that helps you, and I'll show you an earlier clip from what the loft looked like when I bought the place a few months ago, as the ladder's not here anymore to get up there. But basically the loft extension, so the old loft obviously comes down here in line with the roof, and we're just going to bring that along at the same level the roof is at now, all the way to the back of the extension. So it should be a really nice size up there for the master bedroom, and there's going to be an ensuite up there. So really excited. Got some stuff to get my ducks in order now, but I'm really excited. I'm really glad it all got approved, and should have some stuff to show you hopefully in around February, March time. We'll get going. And hopefully it's warmer than today. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing. As I said, I'm now on Instagram, 1936 Bungalow Renovation. You can follow the journey. I'll be posting most days on there once we get working, and I also post about my other projects on there as well. So thanks again, have a lovely day, cheers. Hi guys, and welcome to Nick's Home Renovation. As you may be able to see behind me, I am at my 1936 bungalow, and I no longer need keys to get in. I've got a lot to show you. The back's clearly been taken out, as you can see. The gable roof part's been taken out. The garage down the side behind me is gone. The wall between the bathroom is gone, and the kitchen wall was gone. So I'll take you around and show you what we've been up to. So this is the back of the bungalow, and it's all exposed. So the builders have removed this because eventually this whole back wall is coming out. So this needs to be taken out as well, but won't be taken out until we get ready for the steels. Basically, being a bungalow, all the weight is supported by this wall down the middle of the whole house. So it's safe for us to take this out. And this is how it looks from in here at the moment. So those of you who haven't seen my other videos, there's going to be a 4-meter extension, which is why they've got up some of this concrete in the old patio here as well. So the 4-meter extension is going to go out here, all the way across here, slightly more than 4 meters at this point, so 4 and a bit meters to bring it all out square. And it's going to be a pretty cool kitchen diner in this space out here, roughly about this where I'm standing now. So all of this space will be the extension. Coming through, you can see by the lines in the floor here and on the ceiling, there was a wall here. So if you remember, this used to be a door going in to the old kitchen, and there's still the sink and everything there, and the old back door, and that wall's been taken down. Now the reason this has been taken down is this room's been slightly extended to make a bigger room back here. So still, I mean, it is classified as a bedroom, but I see it being in the center of the house more as maybe like a child's playroom or a big office, or it's got a multitude of uses. Next exciting thing that has happened is the bathroom toilet wall has gone, and instantly it really helps to show the size. Let me get this light on, this random light switch. So there was a wall going here on the floor, you can see again, and up here, and it's just created a medium-sized or bathroom. I'm going to keep this here because of the storage, and fuse board and things are going to go in that cupboard, and I've just got to work out my configuration in here, but there's plenty of room for, I think. So if you imagine this door on the right is being covered up, plasterboarded, and we'll keep this door here. I can envisage a shower bin in this corner, the toilet and sink on this wall somewhere, and then a bath in this zone where the old bath was. That to me makes sense, but I haven't fully decided yet. But it's just nice that we can fit a bath and a shower in this space, and it just makes such a difference what that wall coming down has made. No changes in the rest apart from the garage, which I'll show you in a second. There's the front room. No changes here. One of the next jobs is for the roof to come off, which you'll see through there soon. The front room, the builders have removed the chimney breast, so we've now got this bespoke window that has accidentally been formed to where the garage was. Obviously have to get rid of that at some point, but when the whole house at the back is showing, not a massive deal. And in the back living room, no change, just apart from some more holes to the outside. Good ventilation in this house now with all the holes exposed. Let's hope for some good weather. Lastly, I'll just show you the garage zone. So this is where the asbestos filled garage started, around this line here, and then you can also see where the double chimney breast has been taken out. So it came up there up to the top, feeding both that front bedroom and the living room, so that's gone as well. And now we've got all this space, which will eventually be the side extension to make this room into a larger bedroom coming across here, and with an extra bedroom at the back with an ensuite in the middle where that sort of chimney breast was. Careful not to fall over. So there it is. So some security issues, but other than that, everything is going really well. Really happy with the progress. The next steps are for the roof to start coming off, and we're going to try and get a steel in so we can sort out our access to the loft, and then eventually take the whole back of the house up. But we can't do anything like that before we get the steel work in, because the structural engineer said the back of the house will just crumble otherwise. So that's our next job, get some steel work in, and I'll keep filming the progress. I put videos and photos on Instagram, 1936 bungalow renovation. That might be better for day-to-day stuff, but if not, I'll try and get as many videos on here as I can. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing, and see you soon. Cheers. Hi guys, and welcome to Nick's Home Renovation. I am back at my 1936 bungalow, and as you can see behind me, there's been lots of activity, especially levelling out this garden. We've got some really cool footage which I'll do a big walk around, and then after that I'll put loads of time lapses. So I've managed to capture 3 or 4 days of work all on the time lapses, so you can see the work actually taking place, which I think is pretty cool. What's actually happened here this week is we've had a few more internal walls taken down. Starting to wonder how many walls are originally going to be left, but a couple more taken down, which I'll explain. And in the garden we've had the foundations that have been completely dug out, and the cement's been poured for the back extension. Yet to do the side extension, as we wanted this to dry with the bad weather we've had. And in this beautiful garden behind me, we've taken a huge amount, 6 lorry loads of the back garden out to try and level it out. And got a few questions to ask you guys as well about your opinion on what we do with the trees in the background. But I'll start out the side here. So I'll start with the foundation. So we've had some awful weather, so we had to put in the shuttering, as we had to dig 1.4 meters, as that's what Bromley Building Control wanted, and the sides just kept caving in. So we've had to put in the shuttering and then pour the concrete, and that finally stopped the sides from caving in. And that goes all the way down here, which is now covered by mud, with the guys getting everything, all the soil from back to front. And now you can sort of see the outline of the extension. So this is going to be 4 meters this way, slightly more actually, because this bit isn't level. So it's going to be 4 meters from this point, coming all the way out to around here for this back extension. And then obviously at a later point we're going in the loft, and we've also got to do the footings and everything down here as well. We put some type 1 down. This is going to be the patio area, and we've leveled out this whole garden up to the back so far. Just got to finish that on Monday, and it's been a bit tricky because the weather has been terrible, but we are getting there. So you can really see the difference from here to at the back there, and I'm just trying to decide what to do with this tree and here, because I've removed so much. I don't really want to remove these, as they're quite nice to look at from the house once they start growing again. But we've got such a height difference here between the soil at the back and what we're now leveling out, and we're going to remove all of this in the back as well. And I just really don't want to lose the trees, but I just don't know how to do it in a nice way, because if we go any lower, we'll be below the roots and it'll just fall over eventually. So you can really see from here the difference. And as I said at the end of the video, I'll put the time lapse of the guys working on these diggers, removing it all week. So a lot of work to show you. It's really cool. Coming back down to the house, basically had my camera up in that part for 4 days, so hopefully we've got some cool footage to show you. This is the 2 meter by 2 meter Soakaway. Usually it's around 1 meter squared, but Builder Control said because of this soft soil we have here, see this sandy soil, it means it's really vertically not very strong. So we had to dig deeper and wider, and so this is a 2 meter soakaway. And it's the same while we had to do more on the foundations too, just because the ground is really sandy. I'll come down the side because I'll show you guys how much soil has come out the property. See in the front here, mounds and mounds and mounds of soil, and the skip's just been taken away. This steel's now been put in, and I'll come into this unconventional way of getting into the house. So there's one steel in there, and there's a lot more steel work to go. Not as many changes left to show you, nothing in this room. This front small room in the back. This bathroom, we've already taken this middle wall out. But what my architect did really well was take this wall out from the back of this storage cupboard, because it's just far too deep. It ran all the way back a good metre, or just under a metre. And what we're going to do is just rebuild it a bit further forward behind that gas meter, and we gain sort of 30-35 centimetres of space, which gives us so many more options in this zone to have either a toilet and a sink, or a bath here and a toilet and a sink here, or a shower over here. So just by modifying this room, or these rooms that was a toilet with a wall down the middle, it's really improved this space. So that was a really nice touch, I thought. And all of the brickwork here in the middle is so thin, it's actually coming out really nicely. As you can see, again, so thin, not difficult jobs, and you can see in the time lapses again the work that's been undertaken. This room has been opened up as well, so this bit of the wall's been taken out, and the reason we've done that is this is where this first bit is going to be a hall going along here to the bedroom there where the old garage used to be, and this sort of further bit is going to be the stairs going up this way to the loft extension at the top. So they've opened that up, and I'll make sure I get another time lapse going when they put the stairs in and open all this up, so I think it'd be really cool to see. And they've just got an acro holding this up at the moment because they need to get some steel work in here, and again more steel work going across there like this one here. Lastly, the old kitchen, which the wall was going along here. Only a small change, this wall's been removed. There was a little strange feature in here which it looked like it used to be some sort of fire or something was used in here, judging by this black tarry stuff left on the walls and the smell of it. But there was no pipe work or anything in there, so maybe when it was first built in 1936 perhaps. But I think this is a pretty cool view of what's going to be going on back here with the 4 metre extension at the back, and this garden that still needs a lot of work, but can't wait to put some topsoil on and get the grass on at a later stage and start making it like a lovely garden again. So next week, the main job, this cement's now strong enough to stand on, is to dig the footings here and then get that side extension poured, and then we can start on the brickwork, which is the exciting bit. So check out the end of this video. I'm going to put loads of time lapses on. I'll try and write at the bottom the things going on, and I'll try and put some music with it, although YouTube don't often like that, so we'll see how that goes. But I hope you enjoy seeing work in progress as well as just the walk around. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks to everyone for subscribing and your lovely comments. Let me know what you think I should do with the tree situation, with the trees being so much higher than the rest of the ground now we've leveled it out a bit more. That'd be really useful to know some good advice. So thanks for watching and have a good day. Cheers. Hi guys, welcome back to my 1936 bungalow renovation. This is Nick's Home Renovation YouTube channel. You can find my Instagram, 1936 bungalow renovation, for weekly snaps. But since your last visit to this page, a lot has happened, I'm glad to say. You might be able to see behind me, but the garden has finished being levelled. I've got some more footage, time lapse of that in this video to show you them levelling that out. The bricks for the extensions, so we're doing a side extension and a back extension. The bricks for those that are on site and have started to go up, as you can see. And also scaffolding's now on site. We've been removing roof tiles, ready to go up into the loft, and also extend that loft all the way out to the back of the extension here. So lots to show you. I always start at the front of the house. I think, well, not much has changed around here, so I'll just do a quick walk through and take you out to the back, because that's the exciting stuff. So here's the front door. These rooms haven't changed much. Got the office at the front. Extended bathroom here. This is now one of the, maybe the master bedroom, potentially with upstairs. So this brickwork we've had done makes this a really nice sized room. So this is now all one big space going out to here. And you'll be able to see by the pipework in the floor there, that is going to be the ensuite. So that's going to come out there with the ensuite over there. Coming back around, no changes to this room at the moment. And I think soon they're going to turn this into the corridor, then the stairs up to the loft eventually, but not quite yet. And then coming into this big space now with the extension. So the extension goes out 4 meters. And it's around 7.7 meters wide. This bifold door or sliding doors, we haven't decided what we're going to have yet, are 5.4 meters wide. Really nice opening. And then that's a little window out there where the kitchen sink will be. So the kitchen's going to be in this area here. This little bit will be bricked off. We've just left it open for now, and this room in here will eventually be split between the bedroom, taking up a bit of space from this back bedroom here, coming into this bit here, and over this side the utility. So imagine a wall split down the middle there. This side's the bedroom with the new bit of the extension over here. And the right hand side is the utility, coming in from this way, and a kitchen coming down here, round here to the door with an island in the middle, and these nice big doors. And remember, above this loft, so the roof has been stripped, and all of that will be brought all the way back to the edge of this extension. So you can sort of see better from back here. So that's why they've got the scaffold up. So they're going to continue with this brickwork and then bring the whole roof back this way as far as the 7.7 meter extension, and then we're going to leave that little enclosed bit down there. We couldn't bring that all the way across because that is a bedroom, as I said, and it needs a window, so that wasn't possible, but it's still a lovely sized extension, and it's going to look really cool when that floor goes on top of it there. The garden is now as level as we're going to get it. Unfortunately we had to lose the apple tree. It was just too much, like this tree over here. We are going to keep this. It's really starting to come out nicely now, but you can just see how much we had to take out. A huge, like well over
a foot, quite close to 2 feet of soil just to level it out. And around here is even worse. So the apple tree just looked a bit silly in the middle, raised on its own, and it would have cost so much money to build a brick wall around it. So what we decided to do instead is all of this back here is going to be like a large planting area. We haven't decided what else we're doing, but we just definitely said that back here we think it's a really good space for planting some nice trees to block out some of the houses at the back. We need to do both fences at one stage. This fence is our fence, but both fences need doing, and we've discussed this with the neighbours. So that will be done at one stage as well. But you can see it's a lovely sized garden, even with that 4-metre extension coming out. I'm really pleased with everything here. It's going to be a really amazing house. And you can see the full length of the garden here. So the patio would be this bit, where you can see all the type 1 coming across here, and the garden will start here. So it's a really nice sized garden for the house. I'll put some time-lapse footage at the end. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got the garden being levelled off, I've got the bricks going up, and some other bits and pieces to go in alongside it. I hope you enjoy the time lapses. I really like seeing the work happening as it was, so really exciting. And thanks so much for everyone for watching. It's starting to really take shape now. The next steps are building the bricks up, extending that loft extension all the way out, and then putting the roof tiles back on. From here, as you can see here, there are roof tiles everywhere, as we're trying to reclaim as much as we can, because it was all fine and no leaks, so why not use it? And as you can see, the roof tiles are everywhere, all ready to go. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this renovation. As I said earlier, my Instagram is 1936 Bungalow Renovation. It'd be great if you could follow me on there, and I'll put loads of weekly posts updating on what the guys are up to, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks guys.
around this really funny space. I'm going to look forward to hearing your ideas on how we make this space amazing, as we're never going to get planning permission to really open this up and extend out, so it's quite a funny, awkward space. But I'll show you that and take you on a tour of the house. I can't show you much of up here as it's a bit of a death trap, but I'll take you on a walk around anyway. So this at the moment is where we're at. So if I come a bit further forward, you can see that this is going to be a really long room. So it's going to go all the way eventually over here as well to the back of the property. So it's got another good 4 meters to come out from this edge, and then it's going to run all the way back to where we were then. So it's really hard to visualize how it's going to look at the end, but what we're planning is, so this is a corridor down here going into this bedroom, and against that back wall you can just see over there is the staircase coming up here. So the staircase is going to come up roughly where that ladder is. So this is a hallway, and then we're going to have a big Velux here bringing lots of light into this hallway up here, or landing up here, and then back here is going to be the ensuite. So I haven't quite figured out location yet, but obviously just have a shower, toilet and sink up here in the ensuite. And then behind me, obviously landing here, and then all of this plus another 4 meters from where they've got to at the moment. So because of we have good height in the middle, but which I can't even get anywhere near reaching that, so you've got a good sort of 2.5 meters there, but we just don't have much head height coming down here and here. So I think we're going to have to build some sort of bespoke back of bed here for the bed to go the other side of there, looking out towards the lovely garden, and then with some wardrobes behind that bed and fitted space using all these angles down the sides. That's how I visualize it anyway, but if anyone's had any experience of room shapes like this, where we just don't have the width of this property to go out any further or get more of a pitch, and we never would have got planning permission either. Right, let's go and show you the rest of it, because there's been a lot of changes downstairs too. So this is the front door. So what I like about this is eventually, as soon as you come in the front door, you're going to see all the way out to the back of the garden, which I really like. Really nice features in this nice wide hallway, and you can see right down to the garden. No changes in this front room, and there won't be any changes other than obviously windows and doing everything up. Bathroom now, I'm starting to get quotes, so I've had my plumbers come in today. And with the internal work's going to start in July, I think. So this was 2 rooms, been knocked into 1 larger room. This will be studded off, thinking shower over here. And I have now spoken to the plumber, and he's confirmed it's possible, as that's an external wall with a path down the side. I don't want to see the toilet when you first walk in, so if this is now the door, I don't want to see a toilet there if the door's ever left open. So I think we're going to tuck the toilet in this zone with the sink in here, and have a freestanding bath in this space, because there's plenty of space here to fit a walk-in shower or shower in that corner, and then have that bath here. So when you're in the hallway, there's a bath there rather than looking straight at a toilet, which I don't think is very attractive. This wall will get studded out the back here. The electricity meter will be here 30 centimeters. It has to be from the gas meter, but can go in the same cupboard for a bit of storage space. Coming through to the right, this external wall has been taken out, and this steel has been put in up here, and this for me is the master bedroom. So with this lovely bay window being at the front of the house, and now with this extra space where wardrobes will be on this back wall, and an ensuite in that corner where you can see the pipe work coming up. So there will be access from here, the door here, and that will be an ensuite over there. So this for me is the master bedroom. So they've opened up this and they've got a lintel holding it up at the moment until everything's more structurally safe. And as I was saying, from up in the loft, this is now going to be a corridor to get into this bedroom, which is being brought further this way. So again, another external wall has been removed. And this bedroom's going to come out to about here. And then this space behind me is going to be a utility. Quite a lot of it to visualize at the moment, and that utility will be accessed from a door here, which will eventually be the kitchen. And then this is the bedroom down the side. So we've added 2 bedrooms down the side. Well, we've extended the front bedroom and added this second bedroom here from the old garage, and all the lintels are now in and all sealed. And then you can see a bit of a glimpse of above what they've been working on and how this will be brought all the way out. Another 4 meters. We're waiting for a lintel to sit in that gap there. Bring all this all the way out to the back for a really nice long room. Not a wide room, but a long room. Back to the main corridor. So this wall has also been removed. This has been shifted over about a metre or so, just to make this, I see it more as a large, sort of like a playroom for children, or like a snuggy room, perhaps like a TV snuggy room. Don't quite see it as a bedroom as where it is in the house. It's sort of in the centre, but I think it's a lovely size children's playroom or snug. And you probably noticed this has all been bricked up. So this was the old kitchen. There used to be a door here with a window on the right and a window on the left where that sink was, and instead now we've got one nice big square window in the middle, which matches this new window on the left as well. And there's that new window there. And then coming into the back extension, 4 meters by about 7.7 meters out the back here. So just preliminary talks, but we're thinking of having underfloor heating at the back here, especially as it's going to be screeded and insulated down here anyway. I think it makes sense to have underfloor heating here, and then I think I'll probably have radiators everywhere else, as underfloor heating everywhere is very, very expensive. So I think I'm just going to keep it to the back and get some nicer radiators to finish it off. Here's a view from the scaffold of the garden, so still a really nice size. Not sure how many feet that is now, but it's going to be really good to replant everything we've taken away and make this lovely and green again. And then this is another angle of everything going on up here. So this is quite a good spot to see upstairs, because you can see how we have nice height in the middle but not much on the side, so we have to be really inventive to make that a really good space, as we just wouldn't have been able to get planning permission, as lots of other people have tried in the road and haven't been accepted. One took years and years to go through, so this is the only way we could get this done. And you can see they've done a bit more roof work down the side here. Some nowhere near finished down here, but there's going to be a bit of a pitch into a flat roof and then a pitch at the front, just to make it a bit more attractive. And it's going to be awesome when that roof comes all the way back there. Coming back down, the kitchen is going to be here in an L shape, and then it was hard to describe from that other way, but there's going to be a door in here, and the utility room access from this way. This is actually going to be a supporting wall that's being built, a structural wall, because it needed the loft space needed a bit more support, so that's why we had to dig 60 centimeters or 600mm foundations, which have been poured this week. ready for that. So a long way to go. The builders have, they think, you know, 4, 5, 6 weeks left here, and then we'll be tackling the inside. So there's basically, they're getting to the stage where all the structural work is done. They'll put in the Veluxes for me, and then I'm arranging everything internally. So I'm sorting everything else. So start with obviously windows and doors, make it all watertight. And then I'll be getting in here to start the rewire and insulating, and get the plumber in here to do his first fix. So lots and lots to do. I've got a bit of a time lapse at the end of this video. It'll be some taking down some structural walls, some of the loft work, and some other bits and bobs, so please check out that. And then once all of this structural work's done, I'll make a huge video of everything from day one to the structural work ending, and then I'll do another one at the end doing all the internal work. I'll put it all together so people can see everything in one video. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing. Love to hear your comments, love to hear your thoughts on the loft upstairs and suggestions on how we can make that difficult space really good. Any tips you have, we're really appreciated. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my 1936 bungalow renovation. This is Nick's Home Renovations, and in this video I'm glad to say that the builders are 90% finished, and I will start work on the internal work tomorrow. So for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, the builders have extended this 1936 bungalow from a 2-bedroom ground floor only to currently a 5-bedroom, and we've extended 4 meters by 7 meters at the back, about 11 meters by 2 meters on the side, and upstairs behind me, as you can see, is this massive but slightly unusual space of about 12 meters by around 3 meters of usable space, and then sort of another 2 or 3 meters of storage space. So the builders have done lots and lots, and they're nearly there now. But I'm glad to say this is the exciting bit, because I get to come in from tomorrow, start my rewire. I have organised all my guys already, so my plumber starts next week, and I can start to book in people like the plasterer. But I've got lots and lots of things to do and lots and lots of things to show you. So I'll take you on a walk around and tell you about everything I've been up to. Really excited to push forward now, as you can probably tell. So I'm in the new loft space, so the stairs will come up here, which I'll show you from down there later. This down the end will be the bathroom, and then this lovely long space is the old loft. So this boarding at the moment is just temporary for safety, but what we're going to have down the end here, looking out to this lovely garden, is a Juliet balcony, double doors in the middle with glass either side, left, right and above. So all of this you see here up to the brickwork will be open and with a nice view down to the garden. The garden, as you can see, we are now all the way down to the end of the extension up here, and we've still got about 80 feet of garden. So what a lovely size still, despite going 4 meters out at the back. One of my many jobs obviously is to do both fences. As you can see, the right one is slightly worse than the left, but both need doing, and obviously the lawn, and then plant some trees and things, because we really ripped out a lot of them, so we've got to put a lot back. So this is the space up in the loft. It's kind of a multi-use space. I'll tell you a little bit about it first. So the old house basically used to end around here, so you can see the extension on this left side, and then the old house ended there originally. So all of this here has been extended outwards, and obviously all of this space before was just loft space. So we've taken this whole and we've used every little bit. So starting in the ensuite, I'm not quite sure of the layout yet, because it's quite a nice size in here, but obviously there's reduced head height everywhere. This is going to be a Velux window in here. I decided to go for top hung windows, which are slightly more expensive, but as we don't have a lot of head height up here, as soon as you shift 1 meter to the right or 1 meter to the left, it all of a sudden starts to get around sort of head height up here, so it sort of infringes on the space. So I've gone for top hung Veluxes because they open out more like a dormer loft, so I think that'll give it a bit more space. So we have one Velux in here, one Velux in front of the landing, which this will be the stairs coming up, which I'll show you later, and then 2 more Veluxes, nice big ones, in the main part of this bedroom slash office space, whatever you want to use it for. At the end here, I just can't quite work out the configuration, but the most head height is in this central bit, so perhaps that's where the shower will be. But we've actually got space, surprisingly, for a bath in here as well, which I didn't think when the plans were initially drawn up. So whether or not we do that is yet to be discussed, but obviously there'd be a minimum of a toilet, shower and sink up here. And then you've got this lovely space of about 9 meters by 3 meters. Some of you eagle-eyed people might notice that the ashlar wall on the right is slightly further back than the one on the left. This is deliberate. I basically spoke to my carpenter, because this is such an unusual space with the head height, how to sort of make this feel bigger and get the most out of it, and he actually said he converted his
one at home, and he did exactly the same. So I spoke to the building inspector and they said we were allowed to move this one joist over. So we moved it one joist over. Because it's supporting the roof, we couldn't do too much, but it basically gives us so much more options. So it allows us to, where the stairs come up here, board off, and this area can be anything from wardrobes to storage to drawers, and it doesn't infringe too much on this space coming in here. And it allows us to either have the bed centrally up here, which I don't think quite works because you don't have the room to walk around. So if the bed was sort of where the camera is now here, I don't think you have a lot of room either side to walk, in my personal opinion. And you wouldn't want the bed over the Velux anyway, unless it was back here, which might be quite cool. But my idea is to have the bed on the side here, nearer this lovely view. It will be a lovely view eventually. And I can actually get my carpenter to manipulate a bit more of the ashlar wall to give us a bit more depth for walking around that way. That's the plan anyway. But today, actually, I mean, the office is such an important part of people's homes as well now, with everything that's going on, people working from home a lot more. So this could even be an amazing office space, as you've got the toilet up here as well, or even a children's, 1 or 2 children's bedroom. You've got so much space up here. Admittedly, some reduced head height, but I'm just shy of 6 foot, and if I move to the side, I've still got a bit of room. So it's a nice size space, much better than I thought it was going to be initially. Any other thing to discuss is what I've got to do up here. So my job, so I just get my builders to do all the structure work, and I do all the internal works myself, starting from the rewire. So one of my jobs is, this is 150mm timber for the rafters. This needs to be insulated. So what you do, you leave a 5cm gap, which is an air gap, so no cold bridging takes effect. So I usually put a little cable clip or something there to leave that 5cm gap there, and then we'll put 10mm fixed insulation there. And then you also, current regulations state that you have to board below that as well. So you've got a gap there, insulation there, and then insulation below the rafters here too. And that just makes this space obviously very well insulated, as well as obviously doing everything you see here. So all of these walls, the ashlar walls, all of this flooring here, this eventually is all going to be boarded to use as extra space with a few doors to access. So lots and lots of insulating between everything you see here, as well as this stud wall into the bathroom. We were going to have a stud wall here as well, to make this sort of a landing area, but actually I actually prefer it just as one huge room, and then we can speak to my carpenter about what he can do in this space to make it really cool at a later date. I think putting a door here and there just wastes a big chunk of space. It seems a bit unnecessary for me. Right, I'm going to take you down this very old ladder. So this ladder was here when I bought the house, so I need to be very careful because it looks at least 50 years old, and I need to get ready and get a new one. So down here the builders have done lots and lots and lots. So I'll take you around. They've extended everywhere, all the stud work's done. I'll start from the front door. So these are the Veluxes ready to go. I got those from a company called Yard Online. They were by far the cheapest I found. This is the only room with no activity. I've got my quote for the windows. The windows will be going in around 6 to 8 weeks. That's a really exciting stage because then all the plastering can get done. The plasterers can do some walls, but better to wait for all the windows to come in. The front door, I've also got a really nice period door to match a 30s property. I'm going to have the number in that little bit up there. I think that's going to look really cool. The bathroom is now a lot bigger, so this has been completely opened up, ready for the builders to just put a little bit of stud work in here for the plumber's pipes. And we've just got to take out a tiny bit of this wall as well to just make this storage cupboard slightly smaller and give us a bit more room over here. And that's where my fuse board's going to be, and then that stud work is what my fuse board will sit on, with easy access for my cables going up and down there. And as you can see, that's the gas meter in there as well. coming through to the front room. Depending on what you think about upstairs, this could be the master bedroom now, because we've extended out the side here around 10 meters by 2 meters where the old garage was. And we've added this lovely window here too. And then this is the nice new space. So this stud-work in the middle is going to be the new ensuite. And it's got, you have lots of room in here and lots of choices. You see the waste stack in place, obviously, that the builders have put in. And I'll show you what's the other side in a minute. See the steelwork the builders have had to put in, so they had to put in one piece here and one piece over there to support upstairs and this side extension. And I'm really pleased with the size of this room, what I'm calling the master. This is that funky space that used to be the start of the lounge. We've studded it all off everywhere. So this will be a corridor down here. This will be the staircase up to the loft. You can see that rickety old ladder that I carefully used. And then that I'll show you from another direction is the utility room. And this is the back of the side extension now. So this is an additional bedroom. So if you count upstairs as a bedroom, that's one additional bedroom, and this is the second additional bedroom to go with the one at the front. Again, steelwork put in here, and you can see the lovely pitched roof. The guys have put in, which again needs to be insulated along with all this stud work. You can see here and in the back extension that I'll show you shortly that this has been screeded but not to finished floor level yet. So what needs to happen now is 120mm of insulation needs to go in, and then that needs to be screeded again. We basically do it in this order so the plumber can run his pipe work in there for the radiators and the kitchen. Then we insulate and pour the screed again to bring that all up. So you can see the different levels here quite clearly between the old house and what we've done here new. Showing you new bedroom number 4, although I sort of see this, if this is a family home, as maybe a children's playroom because it's right off of the lounge, but gives you enough privacy for the thousands of toys, things that children always tend to have. So for those of you that have watched all these videos, this used to be the back door with a window, and we've bricked it in to have nice one nice square window. So yeah, I see this. I mean, it is a lovely sized bedroom actually, but it's also a lovely sized children's playroom as well. So that's bedroom number 4. And then I'm calling that small one towards the front of the house a single bedroom as well for number 5. And then coming back to this pretty cool extension at the back now. So this is just over 4 meters by around 7.7 meters. And we're going to have a lovely bifolding door here with the kitchen up this end. And the bifolding door is going to squeeze this way, and we're going to have an L-shaped kitchen up this end, returning along here with a nice island here. And then you've got that new space over there which is the utility, which I can show you in a minute. Window here, so I'm picturing the sink here with a nice big one opening window there to give it as much glass and as much light as possible in the kitchen. And then this is also a new window that's been added that the builders need to put a lintel in for, which they haven't yet done. And then you can see this lovely garden, which is still a good 80 feet, where a lot of work has got to go on, but I'm not thinking about it yet. To
show you the house on the back with all the scaffolding. We've had such wet weather, which is typical because I've had no roof for a while now. The builders have done a little bit of the roof on the other side, but not much on this side, as you can see. But I really like how this house looks now. And it's about to rain again. How this house looks now with that Juliet balcony up there. It looks much more striking than it did before. I'm really excited to push on. I've done a little bit more of a roof over there, but you might not be able to see. I'll try and have a walk around on the scaffolding too. Quick cut to the roof. So I've retained the old tiles and ordered around 3,000 tiles from a reclamation yard, as I wanted to keep this as authentic as possible. As it's a 30s property. As you can see from the side there, this part hasn't been done yet. But I think the bit that has been tiled so far looks really nice. I'll show you down the side because the left hand side of the property is now looking really cool. And you can see those Veluxes up there. So these are the old tiles, and we've mixed them in with a few new ones from a reclamation yard. But actually it looks really nice. I'm really glad I didn't go for a brand new tiles. It just would have made the house stand out so much more from the neighbours. I want to keep this as authentic as possible. And there's that nice big opening that I couldn't show you from up there. We boarded this for safety, obviously. But this is my Juliet balcony for the loft. All of this is going to be glass and door. It's going to look really nice. And then this is downstairs. The whole house comes out nice and flat now, except for this bit down here, which we had to allow for that window for the bedroom. And this one is to be continued. So again, insulation needs to go down here, 120mm, to bring this floor level right up, and then we'll screed again. So that's the walk around. So as you can see, the builders have been very busy. They've been here for about 3.5, 4 months, and they've done quite a lot in that time, especially with they've been on another job as well and everything going. Oh, I forgot to show you the utility. Sorry, let me show you the utility. And then now coming from the kitchen, so here's the kitchen here, L shape, walk through here, and then now you've got the nice utility, and it's a really nice size actually. So in here we're going to have the boiler, the washing machine, another sink, and lots of storage space, because we've taken away a bit of storage space in the hall, and obviously there's no loft anymore. I think it's important to have lots of big tall units here, and then maybe some lower things here, a wall unit and a worktop and a sink. But it's really important to have a nice big utility room if you're lucky enough. So lots of timbers, nice new timbers for me to bring my lights through. That's what I like to see. Really easy for electricians when it's new stuff like this. And then there's another steel that the builders have put in to bridge this for upstairs. And actually this is actually a structural wall. It may not look like it, but we had to pour concrete under here. I think it was 60 centimetres, 600mm. And also this wall here is actually supporting the loft as well. So we were debating leaving all of this open plan, but actually building control said this is actually playing an important part in holding up upstairs. So that had to stay. So that's the walk around. I'm going to, in the next couple of weeks, put a video of sort of phase 1, which will be every video I've taken so far put together, so people can see sort of the before and after of what the builders have done. And then now from tomorrow I'm starting phase 2. So I'll be filming and posting a lot more than I had before, because the builders have done 99% of the work so far, and now it's down to me. So the builders go and I use my team that I've used for years. So my plumber's booked in, as I said, for next week. My plasterer's booked in for around a month. Window fitters booked in for around 2 months. And then kitchen fitter, carpenters, everyone else in the future that have to have dates to move around. But now is the exciting part for me and the busy part for me, and I can obviously start my rewire, which this has gone from about 850 square foot with the garage to around 1650 square foot. So I'm doing the rewire alone, so that's a bit of a job on its own. But I've also got to insulate the floor, insulate the ceiling, insulate the walls, and all the loft space. And the builders have just got left to put the roof on, a few lintels here and there, and then a few odds and sods, a few stud walls. So still a lot to go, but I'll put one big phase 1 video on, and then I'll get going on phase 2, which is the exciting part for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy the finishes I go for. I'm trying to keep it traditional, as this is a 1930s property, but also, you know, it's modern in some areas, but especially places like bathrooms, I think I quite like traditional tiles. But then other areas of the house, I think we can go slightly more modern. So I hope you like it all so far. Love to hear your thoughts, comments. Remember, I'm on Instagram, 1936 Bungalow Renovation. Thank you everyone for following and subscribing. It's been great. The support I've had so far is incredible, and I'm nearly at 30,000 subscribers, so that's insane. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.